Hi everyone, my name is Jolie and I will be going over the Lewin's three-stage change process. So today I want to go over what Lewin's three-stage change process is, and then we will go into depth within those three stages. The first stage being the unfreezing stage, the second being the changing stage, and the third being the refreezing stage. After that, I'm going to go over how Lewin's three-step process is used in the real world. So what is Lewin's change management model? Kurt Lewin developed a three-step change model, which is commonly referred to as unfreeze, change, refreeze. The model represents a very simple and practical model for understanding the change process. It's based off how people react, resist, and adapt to change. The world has changed since the theory was originally presented in 1947, but the Lewin model is still extremely relevant. He demonstrates this by creating a three-step model represented by a block of ice, hence the unfreeze, change, and refreeze. Step one of this model is to unfreeze. This can be determining what needs to change, like surveying your company and understanding why change is necessary. It is important to encourage the replacement of all behaviors and attributes with new behaviors. Ensuring support from management by talking with stakeholders to obtain support is very important in this step. It is efficient to frame your issue as one that positively impacts the company. Creating the need for change is also part of the unfreezing stage, which can include marketing and compelling a message about why change is best, or communicating the change using your long-term vision. Next, we have the change stage. Once you've unfrozen the status quo, you may begin to implement your change. During the change phase, companies should communicate widely and clearly about the planned implementation, benefits, who is affected, etc. It is also important to answer questions, clarify misunderstandings, and dispel rumors. Promoting and empowering action can encourage employees to get involved proactively with the change and support managers in providing the direction to staff. Involving others as much as possible can accumulate into larger wins with the team, and working with more people can help you navigate various stakeholders. The purpose of the final step, refreezing, is to sustain the change. So you've enacted the goals for the people involved to consider this new state as the new status quo, so they no longer resist forces and are trying to implement the change. The group norms, activities, strategies, and processes are transformed per the new state. In the refreeze stage, companies should tie the new changes into culture, and they can do this by identifying change supports and change barriers. When developing and promoting ways to sustain the change long term, you should definitely consider ensuring leadership and management support, as well as establishing feedback processes and creating even a reward system. Offering training and support, or offer training support and communication for both the short and the long term, and promote both formal and informal methods. And remember, the various ways that employees learn is very important. Lastly, celebrate success within this model. Now let's go over some real world applications. Think about what happens when you buy a new car. You can't find the Bluetooth connection in your dashboard. You don't know how to move your rearview mirrors. You don't even know what your car can do. Over the weeks, you will mentally unfreeze what you used to do. You will change how you drive your car, and you'll freeze your new habits, even forgetting what you used to do. The same process can take place whenever you buy a new computer, new phone, etc. This is how we deal with change naturally. Another example is when you just started a new job and you're very used to your old job. You need to use the model of change to help you adjust to your new responsibilities. In order to unfreeze, you list all your past habits and responsibilities that will change. Different job positions imply different work dynamics, and by highlighting the differences, you will adjust to your new position faster. Then you begin to learn and internalize your new dynamics, and this is where you change who you will report to, or maybe what performance metrics you employ, or even which workers you'll be in charge of. And finally, you will refreeze by forcing yourself to remember this every single day, by even tracking your progress with an Excel sheet or maybe using a notebook to write down everything. And before going to sleep, you read everything again and again. Then, a week after starting your new job, everybody's impressed by how quickly you adjusted. You remember everybody's name, meetings, time metrics, etc. This is a great example of how to use Lewin's three-step change process model. My last example here is when you want to learn a new skill. You need this new skill to carry out your task successfully. Imagine decades have passed since you've learned a new skill. What do you decide to do? First of all, you try to overcome your reluctance to learn this skill. This is part of the unfreezing stage, and you do this by learning about this new skill and why it's important. Then you study, learn, and internalize this new skill, and as this is a part of the change process. You compare what you used to do with what you'll do from now on. When learning a new skill, it's important to continually check how much time and effort it saves you, and this way you will use it and improve much more. Finally, you decide to use this new ability in your day to day, not just in your job. This is a part of the refreeze stage. When you use a skill at all times, you get used to it much faster. The more you use it, the better you'll do it. Just like when learning a new language, the more you use it, the better. To finish, let's summarize the Lewin's change model. It proposes that each change goes through or should go through these three steps. Number one, unfreeze. What changes or must be changed has to be weakened. Number two, change. Implement the new normal. Number three, freeze. Secure and protect the new normal. A few tips I have for you on how to approach and manage change successfully is to identify perfectly what needs to be changed, have a good plan for change, don't start a change without knowing what to do next. And when securing the new normal, don't look back. Thank you.